Good day, everyone. Before we start our discussion, I want everyone to keep in mind these class rules. First, listen when someone is talking in front. Second, do not sleep. And third, do not answer in chorus. You can raise your hand if you have questions or clarifications or if you want to answer. Are we clear? Okay, very good. So, today we are going to discuss the thing that stores data, which is the memory. So, before that, here's our objectives for today's lesson. At the end of the discussion, students will be able to define the concept of memory in ICT. Next, identify the different types of computer memory. Third is recognize the importance of memory in computer. So, what is memory? As the word implies, memory means the place where we have to store anything. This is very essential part of human being, just of human being. So just like this, memory is also very important for computer system because in computer system we have to store some data or information, and for storing these items we need to we need some memory or space. We need some memory or space. So now, can anyone tell me their idea about memory? Yes, Miss Alea. Okay, thank you. So according to Miss Alea, memory is a component of a computer that stores data and instructions for processing. So when we say memory, it is where a computer stores and retrieves data that is currently in use or will be used shortly. So there are various units which are used to measure computer memory. When we say bit, it is a smallest unit of computer memory. And when we say byte, uh, 8-bit is equals to 1 byte. When we say kilobyte, uh, 1024 byte is equals to 1 kilobyte. When we say megabyte, 1024 kilobyte is equals to 1 megabyte. So when we say gigabyte, 1024 megabyte is equals to 1 gigabyte. And when we say terabyte, it uh, when we say terabyte, 1024 gigabyte is equals to 1 terabyte. So now memory is classified into two types, which is the primary memory and secondary memory. The primary memory is also known as the main memory or internal memory, which is located in the motherboard of system, or as we say, which is directly connected to the CPU, and it is the place where only little bit of data are stored either by manufacturer or by user. Primary memory is further divided into two parts, which is the RAM and ROM. RAM or Random access memory stores the data which the user currently uses, or as we say, it stores the data temporarily, temporarily in it. RAM needs uh, RAM needs power or electricity to work. When computer power is turned off, then all the data in it will erase automatically. So RAM is further classified into two parts, which is the SRAM, known as static RAM, and DRAM, also known as the dynamic RAM. So now let's move to ROM, or random access, also known as read-only memory, which can only read the data which is stored in it. So mainly, there are three types of ROM, which is the PROM, also known as programmable read-only memory. Next is the EPROM, also known as erasable programmable read-only memory. And the last is the EEP EEPROM, also known as the electrically erasable read-only memory. So now let's move to the other type of memory, which is the secondary memory. Balikod. So now let's move to the secondary memory, which ay mali. So now let's move to the other type of memory, which is the secondary memory. The secondary memory, it is a computer memory that is non-volatile, persistent, and not immediately accessible by any computer or processor. So secondary memory there are two methods for accessing the data from it. So the first method is sequential method, which is a method where we search the data sequentially or line by line until you find the desired data. And the second method is the direct method, in which a computer can go directly to the information that the user wants. So here are some secondary storage devices. The so here are some the so so here are some secondary storage devices. First is the magnetic tape, which is similar to tape used in music cassettes, and the other secondary devices is the magnetic disk, which is widely popular storage medium for direct access secondary storage. So under the magnetic disk, we have hard disk, also known as the hard drive or fixed drive. We also have a floppy disk, which was used to transfer data from one computer to another. And we have optical disk, which is you can store more data in it. So under the optical disc, we have two types, which is the CD or compact disc and the DVD or the digital versatile disc. So in summary, in summary, memory is where we store some data or information, and there are various units, which are the bit, byte, kilobyte, uh, megabyte, gigabyte, and terabyte. And memory is classified into two types, which is the primary memory and secondary memory. And primary memory is further divided into two two parts, which is the RAM and ROM. RAM is further classified into two parts, the uh, the static RAM and the dynamic RAM. And ROM, let's proceed to ROM. ROM has three types, which is the programmable ROM, erasable PROM, and electrical erasable PROM. So secondary memory two has two method, which is the sequential and direct method. And we also have secondary devices, which is the magnetic tape and the uh, mag- magnetic disc. So under the magnetic disc has hard disk, floppy disk, and optical disk. Under the optical disc, we have CD and DVD. So here are the references of my presentation. So do you have any questions or clarifications? If none, that's all for my presentation, and thank you for listening.